Well, there it is. People trying their level best to ensure that the loss of human lives could be minimized at best. Let's now find out, what do the people of Hyderabad really feel? Has the city of Nizams really changed in its character? Shwetal Kamlapurkar has more on that.
बहुत खुशनुमा शहर देखे हैं हमने, मगर तेरा जादू कहीं भी नहीं है. The magic of Hyderabad I haven't seen elsewhere. Actually, this city was conceived more than 400 years ago as a replica of heaven. And a lot of character about the city, what has been called composite culture and communal harmony. So, this city was a garden city. Gradually, areas which were green, where the trees have been felled, and now houses have come, people have come, and lately terrorism, international terrorism. Barely 3 months ago there was one blast in the Makkah Masjid. So this sort of thing is happening now, and you can't really prevent. How can you prevent? How many places will you safeguard? So this is something which is, it is a change forever.
It's a fact that the city has changed. Everything from its landscape to its brand image. But if there's one thing that remains the identity of the city, it is the strength and the warmth of its people. Adab, Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, Shwetal Kamlapurkar.
Without doubt, Hyderabad was a city which was the confluence, the meeting point of sorts of different cultures, traditions, different forms of architecture. Today, there is a serious question mark on that. Can Hyderabad survive that? Has the character of the city changed? Joining me, very special guests, people who have long affinity with Hyderabad and the state as a whole. P. Gopichan, former All Indian England badminton champion. There is Deepthi, she is a program producer for Radio Mirchi. And there is Moinuddin Nizam. He is the grandson of the Nizam of Hyderabad. Welcome to all of you on this CNN IBN special show tonight. I'll begin with you first, Gopichan. As a sports star and as a former national champion, international champion of sorts, your first response when people say that the secular fabric of Hyderabad as a city today is being questioned.
Well, I don't think we can put it at that. But if you've known Hyderabad, you also know that we've had communal riots prior, maybe in the 80s, and then for a long time it was kind of a lot of calm, and suddenly you have these instances where these bomb blasts have kind of started this whole thing again. But in a way I wouldn't go to that extent. It's really unfortunate that something like this has happened, and yeah, we'll have to just wait and watch. But the response of the people, I think, has been good.
But Deepthi, as someone who perhaps interacts much more than many of the other people, since you're involved with the radio station, you yourself are a radio host, you're a radio programmer, what's the kind of response you've been getting from the young people of Hyderabad? Do they really care? Are they affected by what's happened?
Well, that's a very harsh way of putting it, but Bhupen, the reality of this is that you have two different segments. You know, you had one segment of the crowd which didn't really know what happened until they realized that, you know, the last shows in IMAX had been stopped. So that's when they realized that, oh, there's been a bomb blast. And there was another segment of the youth which was frantically calling us out at the station, trying to find out how is it, where is it, you know, whatever way can they help it.
Right.
And so, you know, it's very unfair to actually categorize the entire youth as, you know, do they care?
So you're saying for the youth, for the young people, it matters only and only when the club that they go to gets shut down, or the pub that they go to doesn't serve them the kind of delicacies that they may be wanting, or the kind of movies that they want to see. If the cinema hall shuts down, then it's a problem.
Well, I wouldn't put it that harshly, like I said, but
okay.
Of course there is a segment which, you know, very unfortunately, we've gotten used to bomb blasts.
Okay.
We've gotten used to terror.
निजाम साहब, क्या इतना सिंपलिस्टिक है क्या? राजनीतिक दल एक तौर पे हमने देखा कि चाहे वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी हो, चाहे कांग्रेस हो, एक दूसरे के प्रति एक आरोप प्रतिरोध की जो राजनीति चल रही है वो शुरू हो गई है. क्या सिर्फ ये सारी राजनेताओं की गलती मानी जाए कि वो इस प्रकार की घटनाओं पे काबू नहीं पा पाते?
राजनीति तो हर जमाने से चलती हुई आई है. कभी तेलुगु देशम फॉर्म पे रहता है तो कांग्रेस के अगेंस्ट हो जाता है, कभी कांग्रेस फॉर्म पे आता है तो तेलुगु देशम उसके अगेंस्ट. दोनों पार्टियां एक ही बराबर है. अब फील होगा तो मैं लास्ट वीक टीआरएस पार्टी
All right.
चंद्रशेखर साहब की पार्टी में ज्वाइन किया हूँ.
Okay, I'll interrupt you there. We'll take a quick break at this stage. When we return, we'll get Nawab Saab to respond to that particular question. What is it that has happened that has changed the character of Hyderabad as a city? Is it just to do with politics? What do the young people feel? Is it so simple that the young people have completely alienated themselves from what's happening in the city? Much more to look forward to. We'll also be looking at that big question. Brand Hyderabad. Has that also changed or not? You can't go anywhere. You're watching this special program live from Hyderabad.